everybody, what is going on? It's me, Captain Files. Today we are live action. You already know what it is. Here to bring you another Bleach anime episode review. I apologize for putting this out late, but of course I had a very, very busy weekend, but better late than never. I appreciate all of you who still continue to watch me and support me. But was it me or is it that this episode went by very fast? I mean, let's see. Good animation. They didn't really add in a lot or take out a lot. And yeah, the end of Gremmy. Alright, that about wraps up Bleach. Thanks for watching. Give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Signing out. Okay, all jokes aside. Look, I am going to touch on some things with this episode because, yes, while it did go by very fast, to me, this is one of the most controversial fights in all of Bleach, in my opinion. Not the most, but one of the most. And of course, it's also one of my favorites as well. Now I'm going to get into the good and the bad and the ugly. So of course, one of the things that people still debate to this day, the whole thing with Yachiru fighting Star Knight V. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute. So we see, yes, that is Kenpachi's Zanpakuto spirit, but at one point, when was it ever confirmed that Zanpakuto spirits can have, you know, a Shikai? However, she never said a name. She never, a command. Well, she never said a command release, and it didn't change shape. However, the ones who can just activate their Shikai like that, those are the ones who's achieved Bunkai. And obviously, she's been dangling the keys to activate Bunkai for the Kenpachi for the longest, but we all know why that was the case. And I don't know, it makes you think, so did she get an Atsuchi? It makes you wonder, did it ever state that only Shinigami can have Zanpakutos? Maybe a Zanpakuto spirit can also have a Zanpakuto. I doubt it, but these debates and theories and assumptions go on to this day. And I can only imagine that anime-only watchers, you guys are hella confused, because when I read this years ago, I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, that's cool. It makes sense when I first seen this part, when I first read it. Then when it was revealed that this is Kenpachi's spirit, I said, wait, his inner spirit? Like, I don't know. But either way, yeah, man, those two creatures that were summoned, it also made me think, okay, is this part of Kenpachi's power? But yet we see his Shikai, Nozarashi, that's not it. So it's like, what the hell? What's, that's why one of the things I love about Bleach, so much mystery behind it, but we need a lot of more clear answers. Kubo, we need more. But again, some people say they have the answers. Oh, it's because of this. No, it's because of that. Well, it makes sense, but again, these are one of the moments that just, that can just have debates going on for years. Just think about that. Something happened in the series where fans are still debating it years ahead. Now, certain people, they don't like that because they want clarity and closure in their story. And now they look at the writer like, now they're giving him the bad writer title. But I won't say this is bad writing on Kubo's end. I would not say that. But it's just something, man, I need more clarity on it. However, some people say, oh, they already cleared it up with this, or they cleared it up with that. But that's not really necessarily the case. I would like to see a data book going more in depth. I had my assumptions and theories. I'm pretty sure if I ever was, believe it or not, I do not go back and watch my videos. If I was to go back and watch my review of this, when this first happened in the story, maybe I came up with a good explanation, or theory. And then when it was revealed that she was Kenpachi's spirit, I probably really put two and two together where things made sense. But I mean, let me know what you all think down below. Also, with the blood coming out of Yachiru, I'm like, okay, they did have blood come out of her, but I noticed it was black, or it was very, very dark red. I mean, go back and watch it. Maybe I'll find a screenshot put up or something, but it looked very, very dark. And I remember at one point when Bleach was airing on Adult Swim, they made the blood black. I don't know why. I guess even Cartoon Network was like, damn, even for this to be on Adult Swim, this is bloody. So why don't we just make the blood dark? I mean, hell, these aren't humans after all. They just have the form of a human. So let's just, they don't have to be red like a human. They're dead anyway. But you know, I did notice that. So again, I'm glad they didn't censor it to where no blood was coming out of the achiever at all. But at least they gave us that and they just made it dark. Now, upon seeing Star Knight V for the first time, I thought his abilities were interesting. Very annoying. I see how his man. He got step 1, step 2, step 3. Those can be very, very problematic, to say the least. But I didn't care about his look or whatnot. Again, I was wondering what was his final holy form was going to be. As you can see, he didn't have one. Maybe Gremmy would have thought up one for him, because when Gremmy showed up and he just revealed, oh, you know, you're just a product of my imagination. I do like how Sane. I mean, this wasn't a manga, but the way Sane screamed now at him, you know, I'm not going to imitate it. But yeah, she wasn't playing. She was not playing. But the first time that moment happened, when he was like, oh, you're worried about these two captains? They're dead. You know, I killed them. I'm reading that like, what? I swear I refreshed the page. I swear, like what happened with Ichigo's Bunkai. I refreshed the page. I said, this ninja just say he killed them. I'm like, what? So he just thought about it. And right there, this is when I start to have problems with this fight, this whole battle. Of course, Kenpachi shows up. They begin to fight. But before I get on to the bad, you know, the visuals. Oh man, to me, you all may disagree, but so far this was the most visually stunning episode thus far since Bleach has returned, hands down. And I knew it. I said it in my last review. I said, you know what? When that meteor comes down, I already know the lighting, the contrast, the effects, it is going to be phenomenal. This whole episode was basically cinema quality. Even when Gremmy just started multiplying himself, everything. I like the CGI look when he called upon the whole Call of Duty arsenal. Now that right there, that kills me. Like the first time I read that, I'm like, did this ninja pull out? Or did he just vision guns? Guns. I can understand. Okay, the lava trapping them underwater. You know, a cube of water crushing them. Just thinking of a big hand stone to come down and crush them. But guns, man-made. Yeah, even if those guns were made up of spirit particles and reishi and shooting reishi bullets, and maybe that was a reishi missile. Even still, come on now. And you see Kenpachi, he's just sliced in half. But one thing I don't remember, I'm gonna have to go back and look. I could be wrong. When he fired all those guns were fired off Kenpachi, you know. I swear I remember how they did nothing to him. But of course, you see, he put up a slab of the ground, you know, in front of him to block it. I honestly think he didn't need to do that. He could have just stood there and took the bullets. You know, and he cut in the middle. I guess he wanted to showcase, look, I can cut through whatever you're thinking of. But man, it was just one thing I love about this episode. It was straight to the point. It wasn't dragged out. There was no interruptions. It was just straight boom, 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 boom. There wasn't a lot of, you know, unnecessary dialogue. We've all seen the fights before, even sometimes in Bleach. You know, you have these battles, and what do these characters do? They just stop and talk in between, get this long unnecessary dialogue. Kenpachi, he's not all for the chit chat, the games, the gimmicks, the cheap tricks, none of that. He wants to go straight for the fight, and that's one of the reasons Kenpachi is one of my favorite captains, man. And when I seen this, when I read it for the first time, I'm like, yeah, this is set in stone. Kenpachi, he is that motivator, man. When Gremmy summoned that meteor, Kenpachi went up, activated Shikai, drank Nozarashi, and split it in half. Just destroyed the whole thing. And he literally said, there's nothing I can't cut. You see, Gremmy put him in a pocket dimension. He was outer space. Cut through it. Just that right there. I mean, who doesn't like Kenpachi? Come on now. Kenpachi, he at least has to be in your top five. Top five. I honestly think if Kenpachi was at this state that he's in, Bach would have put him as one of the 5 war threats. I promise you that, because I was actually shocked that Kenpachi was not, you know, on his list. Now, one thing you also have to realize is that this whole time, Kenpachi never took the eye patch off. That's one of the other reasons why I love Kenpachi so much. Imagine if that motivator took the eye patch off, or if he was in that pocket dimension in space, it would have crumpled the eye patch. But see, that's what I like though. I like the fact that Kubo, he didn't just go that route, because that could have happened. Out of all that explosion, him being underwater, him getting crushed, everything, that eye patch stayed on. Just imagine if it was something the ground closed, or that hand crushed him, or he got just enveloped completely into that space. Then you seen just a yellow spirit energy come. He just breaks out or whatever Gremmy imagine him in. That right there, that'd have been cool, but we've seen that so many times. Where, Kenpachi's down for the count. Kenpachi's done, Kenpachi's dead. Next thing you know, tsh. But this time, Kubo showcased the word Kenpachi. Right here. This motivator went ahead, bust through this, sliced through that. It was just beautiful, phenomenal. I noticed when Gremmy basically killed himself. Yeah, it was more gruesome in the manga a little bit, just for that one moment, that one shot. You can see like his neck ripping and tearing everything. In the anime, of course, as he was reaching for Kenpachi, his fingers started to just break off and ripping everything. But see, when he first started to explain the reason, it still left you scratching your head. He's like, okay, I read a lot of translations for it, and I remember how he was saying, oh well, I just imagine myself being as strong as you, or stronger than you. And of course, that's when he was like, oh yeah, well, even though I imagined that, I didn't think of a body to be able to handle that. Then he said, oh no, maybe that's just an excuse. It's like, come on man, which one is it? Which one is it? But yeah, we all know, of course, he couldn't handle it. He just couldn't handle it. And man, now the controversy about this episode. Gremmy should not have lost this fight. He shouldn't have. Now, yes, there are some weaknesses to every character. With him, he has to stay focused and or distracted on whatever he's thinking about. If he gets flustered, frustrated, afraid, distracted, that can, just mess up whatever he has his mind on. Like with Yachiru, the cookies, turned their balls into cookies. He has to remember that he did that and keep his focus on that. And we see that wasn't the case. I do like how it was so funny when Kenpachi said cookie. What the hell is a cookie? I like that. But the thing is, Gremmy, you can think of characters like this should not exist. Not because they're so broken and OP. It's because they should not die. They should not lose. I'm all for Kenpachi. I was rooting for Kenpachi, because this says a lot. This motherfucker beat somebody who can think of anything. But is that much of a flex? Because Gremmy, if I was Gremmy, okay, you thought you Chiru bones with cookies, you killed Kensei and Rose like that, but yet you're looking at Kenpachi, think of him as Legos, or a gunpla kit, or enchilada, something, make his blood be a popcorn, something. You could have thought of anything. Then you thought of other versions of yourself. You're thinking of lava, water, crushing him, guns, missiles, putting him in space, a meteor. You're thinking of he can't cut through you, but then the ninja did cut through you. You've healed your wounds. It's crazy. And then this is the body you think of at that, because we see he was just a brain. I like how they touched on more backstory of Gremmy in one of the Bleach novels. I forget the name. Damn, shame on me. But yeah, there was more information given on Gremmy, but that's the whole thing about it. And he was arguably, debatably, the strongest Starter, Star Knight. I wouldn't say more than Bach, but then again, Bach gave him these powers. Some will say, yeah, he is stronger than Bach. Some will say, no, he isn't. But man, I did notice the things they took out of the manga when he summoned the meteor. That's when, of course, you seen Pepe, you seen Hashwall saying, protect his majesty. You seen the Soldats, along with the Shinigami looking up at the sky. You seen Basby looking up at the meteor, Renji. And when I first read that, I was thinking to myself, oh, you seen a back view of Bach. And I was thinking to myself, like, what would have happened if that meteor would have landed? Could have Bach stopped it? What would he have done? But he was just looking up at the sky like, damn, this is it. This is how I'm going to get taken out. Ain't this about a bitch? I done put this plan together, gave 99% of these motivators powers. I'm the king of the Quincy's. And this motivator gonna take me out. And that's just a reckless thing. Like, he is very reckless to have just out there willy-nilly. And he is lucky that Gremmy has an allegiance to Bach. Because if he wanted to overthrow Bach or any other Star Knights, what could they do? I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting to see him take on Hasselhoff with the balance, but even still, it's I don't know, it's iffy, man. If I was Bach, there is no way I would have someone like that. Nah, at all. I just wouldn't. I'm surprised he didn't have Gremmy as one of his 4 horsemen, because that would have been an interesting fight to see Gremmy take on Squad Zero. I would have loved to see that. I really would have. But I don't know, at least it seemed like, yes, of course, I knew I was missing something. I know the episode was short, so this review is going to be short. Man, when he sliced the meteor, so much better in the anime. Because if you actually look at the manga, straight, simple, see his face, slash, bam, it explodes. The anime, man, he takes Rashi, goes up the side, the angles, the lighting, the visual effects, everything top notch. And you see the slash go through the whole meter, the explosion, and I knew it was going to be top notch. These epic cinematic moments never fail, they always deliver. Yeah, I get it. I remember when the Bleach anime first came back, you got these haters screenshotting the moments where the face looks kind of off and low budget in certain characters and moments. That's cool, whatever. But that's not all the time, nor is it in every episode of Bleach since it has returned. But these epic moments, I just knew they were just going to put extra amount of time, money, and detail into it. And one thing I hope, with Ichigo coming back, I feel like I spoke on this before, when he comes down to Crash Lands, I hope they take that part out. Because I hope they do it in a very serious, epic way. This is a fully trained, full powered, just level-headed Ichigo, the main character of the show, coming back down to the Serite. All silliness, I want it removed. I want epic live action music. I don't care if it's when it's the old man Yama's theme, when he took out Driscoll and that beat started. Or maybe it's a whole new epic beat. Or maybe it may be the #1 theme, But when he just crash lands, I hope they take that. I mean, if they keep it, they won't ruin the episode. But either way, it was just phenomenal. This whole episode, phenomenal. And again, you know how when you enjoy something, it goes by like that. I mean, that's just how it is. I'm watching Bleach. I'm like, it's over just like that. Like, what? Hey, it is what it is. Some people, they may do like they did when when the manga was new. Somebody said they'd just read Bleach monthly. You get a chapter once a week, 4 weeks in a month, so they'd have 4 chapters to read. Some people, they'd wait, a whole month and just be able to watch 4 episodes back to back. I'm not doing that. Nah. I like Bleach too damn much. So, and besides, we've been waiting for this for how long? Nah. As soon as it drops, I'm on it. Matter of fact, when I was watching this, I was eating my veggie egg white omelet and everything. But yeah, other than that, again, it feels like I'm missing something. But if I did miss something, let me know down in the comments below. Phenomenal episode. Again, I gotta keep saying it. Cinema quality. Can't wait for the next episode. Give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Kenpachi for the win. It's me, Captain Vibes for this. Thanks for watching. Signing out.